Morning and welcome to Story Time. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am glad you could be here today for this amazing story called Fry Bread, a Native American family story. And this one is written by Kevin Noble Maillard and illustrated by Juana Martinez-Neal. So I hope you're ready for that one and excited just as I am. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed your long weekend if you're here in the US and you had your day off yesterday. I had my Monday off, so I hope you enjoyed yours as well. Thank you so much for joining in today. And of course, we are reading Fry Bread. Thank you so much for joining in. Let us know who is joining in with you and where indeed you're joining us from and what sort of weekend you had. Thank you so much for joining in. I am excited to be here. I am excited to share this book with you. But of course, yesterday, as we know, we were off because Monday was Indigenous Peoples Day, and I hope we got to commemorate and of course pay observance to that day with the respect that it deserves. Knowing all the history that has happened and making sure that as we move forward, we are playing our part to make sure that justice prevails. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And today we have Fry Bread. I am excited for this one, a Native American family story. Oh, I am getting hungry just thinking about fry bread right now. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's of course see who else is with us today joining us on Storytime. Good morning. All right. Harmony Beth, how are you doing? Good to see you another week together. Thank you so much for joining in today. Happy that you are here. And Braveman Gibbs, good morning to you. Thank you for joining in. Tendai Chineba, how are you doing? Daki Sherpa, good morning to you. And of course, Anne, you're joining in with Lucy and Wally and Archie today. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had yourselves a lovely weekend, and I hope you had yesterday off as well. I did. Good morning to you, Tendai Chineba, one more time, and you're joining in with Ethan and Ian out in LA. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining in Storytime today. How are you doing, Ethan, and how are you, Ian? Thank you one more time. Amanda West with Sarah and Nathan in Illinois. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us for Fry Bread. I hope you are excited for this one. Good morning to you, Ellen Edwards in Chicago. How are you doing today? Good morning. Good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining in. Patricia Mugamia, how are you doing? Please let us know where you are joining Storytime and who is indeed joining in with you. Good morning to you, Patricia Mugamia. How are you? Sharon Lungo and Soraya right here in Oakland. Good morning today. And you say we love fry bread. Absolutely. Especially when we use them. What do you use them with? To make Indian tacos. Oh, amazing. Thank you for joining in and for sharing that a little bit. I will try that myself. Thank you for sharing, Sharon and Soraya. Good morning to you. Good morning to you again one more time. Patricia Mgamia, you're saying you're joining in with Auntie and Auntie Love and Mungo. All right. Well, I am glad you are here. Gamwamba Basa, thank you for joining us today. All right. And of course, yes, just a big reminder, please do look up the Indigenous people that have lived on your land wherever you are, and just make sure that you visit this website that we've posted right now, and also there's information that we posted last night on Storytime platforms, so please do check out that, and so we can all stay informed. Thank you so much. Sarah Craig, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you are ready for this beautiful story indeed. Amos Ngulue, how are you doing? Good morning to you. I am glad you're here. Please let me know who is joining in with you, Amos. And thank you so much for joining in. Long time indeed. Hopefully see you soon when I'm out in Zambia. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, joining us as well, Patricia, you're saying you're joining in from Zambia with Auntie Love and Mungo. Thank you for that information. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Well, we're about to get started right now with Fry Bread, a Native American family story. And this one is written by Kevin Noble Maillard and illustrated by Juana Martinez-Neal. So let's get started. Let's enjoy this one. Thank you for being here for story time. All right, are you ready? And of course, this book is being read with permission of Macmillan Publishers. Just thought we should mention that. And it's called Fry Bread, and a Native American family story, written by Kevin Noble Maillard and illustrated by Juana Martinez-Neal. All right. Fry bread is food: flour, salt, water, cornmeal, baking powder, perhaps milk, maybe sugar, all mixed together in a big bowl. Oh. Fry bread is shape. Hands mold the dough, flat like a pancake, round like a ball. Oh. Puffy like Nana's softest pillow. Oh. Fry bread is sound. The skillet clangs on the stove. The fire blazes from below. Drop the dough in the skillet. The bubbles sizzle and pop. Aww. Fry bread is color. Golden brown, tan or yellow. Deep like sienna or earth. Light like snow and cream. Warm like rays of sun. Fry bread is flavor. Sea beans or soup. Smell tacos, cheese, and vegetables. Delight in honey and jam. Rise to discover what brings us together. Fry bread is time. On weekends and holidays, supper or dinner, powwows and festivals, moments together with family and friends. Fry bread is art, sculpture, landscape, portrait, our daily craft, shared from teacher to student, a cycle of heritage and fortune. Fry bread is history, the long walk, the stolen land, strangers in our own world, with unknown food, we made new recipes from what we had. Fry bread is place, Alaska, Kansas, all the way to Maine, down to Delaware, on to Georgia, over to Oklahoma, Colorado, and California. Cities and lands we call home. Fry bread is nation. Abenaki, Apache, Arapaho, Ojibwe, Onondaga, Oglala, Sioux, Narragansett, Navajo, Nipmuc, Seminole, Shoshone, Sac and Fox. Hundreds and hundreds of tribes. Fry bread is everything. Round, flat, large, small. North, south, east, west. Brown, yellow, black, white. Familiar and foreign, old and new. We come together. Fry bread is us. We are still here. Elder and young, friend and neighbor. We strengthen each other to learn, change, and survive. Fry bread is you. The end. And of course, there's a recipe at the end from the author of Fry Bread that you could try at home. But thank you so much for joining in Storytime. That was Fry Bread. Yes, indeed, a heartwarming story with vital lessons in there as well. I just want to acknowledge that here in Auckland, we are on Ohlone land. And yes, we have to accept and also recognize that we are on indigenous land. Wherever you are, find out whose land you're on, and let us take part. Let us see how we can participate in ensuring that we are helping rebuild, restore, and also just help celebrate the culture of indigenous people. And we can play our small parts and big parts as well. But let us always remember that there were people here before America was America, and let us recognize and also accept the injustices that have been done, and let's make sure that we can take steps to correct that. But that has been Fry Bread today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope indeed it triggers the lessons that we are supposed to learn from it, and also the conscious steps that we're supposed to take to make sure that we are playing our part in ensuring justice. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I absolutely love being here with you. And of course, we talk about many great stories with many great lessons, and today we had one just for that. It is indeed Fry Bread, and it has a vital lesson for each one of us. But I also hope you enjoyed the heartwarming family coming together, cooking together, and eating a great meal together. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And tomorrow we are back with another story, and we will be reading Life. Yes, this one is written by Lauren Grabis Fisher, and let's join in for that one as well and see what that one is about. We have exciting books this week, so do join in and find out what they are. Go to the Storytime page and find out again what stories we have this week. But today we started off with Fry Bread, and I want to recognize again that we are on Ohlone land here in Auckland. Whose land are you on where you are? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Let us see who else was with us and got to enjoy that story. Thank you to everybody that joined in. Indeed, yes. Patricia Mugamia, one more time. Auntie Love and Mungo, thank you for joining us all the way out in Zambia. Monegabo to enjoy your musoha and mabisi basa. Thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely appreciate it. Sarah Craig, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Please let us know where you're joining us from and who joined in with you. Amos Singulue, my brother, thank you so much as always. Hopefully see you soon, and absolutely see you here on Storytime many more times. Thank you. Have a good night out there in Zambia. Thank you. All right, Jennifer Ayres Clifton, thank you for joining us this morning. Please let us know who joined in with you, and I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope that you will join us tomorrow when we read another exciting story. Sheba Chanda and Benjamin, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you enjoyed that story, and of course we are back again tomorrow with another exciting story. Have yourselves a beautiful night. Benjamin, stay curious. And of course to you and Braveman Gibbs, Lucy and Wally, and of course Archie, special guest today. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate it. And you say, still remember doing a report on Shoshone when I was in the 2nd grade. Absolutely, yes, those lessons let's keep passing them on into the future generations as well. Thank you so much for sharing that, and thank you. I know we are all learning, and we keep learning every day. Yes, the day we stop to learn is it spells doom for us. We have to keep learning, keep challenging ourselves to learn. Yes, thank you so much. Dr. Cobb, as always, thank you so much. Yes, indeed, you said what a lovely story. Absolutely magical, absolutely lovely. Enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you did too. And of course, many important lessons behind it as well for us. Thank you so much. And yes, Dr. Cobb, you say we're sharing together. We are on Ohlone land here together. Thank you so much for sharing in, and you say respect. Kate Stoddard, thank you so much for joining in. How are you doing? Good to see you. It has been a minute. Hopefully see you soon someday. Thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely love it. Thank you again, Tendai Chineva, Ethan and Ian. Thank you for joining in LA. Good morning to you. Jade, how are you doing? Ava, Scarlett, and you say, really missed you. Oh, I missed you too. I know. Took a day off, and yes, we're back. We have a 4-day week. Many more great stories to come this week, so let's enjoy the time together, but absolutely appreciate it. Thank you so much for checking in. Thank you. I appreciate you, Jade and Ava Scarlett. I wish you a beautiful day today. Harmony Beth, thank you so much for joining in. You say good morning. Coyote Hills usually has annual gatherings of Ohlone people about this time of the year. Hopefully attend that celebration next year. Absolutely. Hopefully this all passes and we're able to gather and indeed join in those celebrations. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that information. Alice Neal, good morning to you. How are you doing? Olivia and Max, how are you today? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Of course. And of course, Lydia Yamaguchi, you're saying if you're in Auckland and the East Bay, consider supporting the Sogorete Land Trust and of course the Shumi Land Tax. Of course, please, if you can, play your part and help with those. Thank you so much. Yes. Lydia, you say hi, Kate. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Emmeline Young Hankins, how are you doing today? Please let me know who joined in with you and where you joined us from. But thank you so much for joining in. This has been Story Time today. We had an amazing book with an amazing lesson and of course a big cultural celebration. Fry Bread, a Native American family story, written by Kevin Noble Maillard and illustrated by Juana Martinez-Neal. Please do join us tomorrow for another exciting story in life. Find out what that one is all about. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Much love from me as always, and I will see you in the morning. Bye-bye.